Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily topic-wise news and editorial analysis, where I'll be covering all these things from two important newspapers, that is Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial would be discussed in this session, and additionally I'll be supplementing the content with some add-on information that can help in prelims and mains examination. So let's get started with the topic first. Today is 1st of June. The first topic, Supreme Court called for one price for the vaccine across nation. Some strong argument coming from the Supreme Court. Second, China to allow couples to have a third child after the decrease in the overall young population. China is looking forward for this measures. Third, NSO data on GDP, that is contraction 4, that's quarter 4. We'll see what are the data coming from the National Sample Survey. Now, the other is from the Indian Express, effects of COVID-19 pandemic on children. So this is an editorial. Today I'll be discussing two important editorial, one from Hindu and the other from Indian Express. From Hindu, we have power play to bring digital ecosystem to heal. So these are some of the important news and editorial that I'll be discussing with you today. Apart from this, there would be some MCQs question based on current affairs. These questions are going to help you in the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further ado, let's get started. And those of you who haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. And if you like this video, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to support us by giving a like button. I'll start our session. The first news, that is Supreme Court called for one price for the vaccine across nation. This is a very important time when Supreme Court has intervened. Almost the entire country is on the shortage of the vaccine because of the ill management, mismanagement, or you can say not predicting the future outcomes that we could have such problems. So definitely is a failure of the government, because of which the Supreme Court has to intervene. And when Supreme Court intervenes, some strong argument is there. So talking about the importance in the mains paper, important for your general studies paper 2, structure, organization and functions of judiciary. और जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पावर्स प्रोविजंस है वो आप प्रीलिम्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देख लें कि किन मैटर में सुप्रीम कोर्ट इंटरवीन कर सकती है. What has exactly happened that the Supreme Court has taken the suo moto matter of the COVID-19 management, और सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की कि जो ड्यूअल प्रोसेस है प्रोक्योरमेंट ऑफ COVID-19 वैक्सीन इज नॉट गुड, राइट. The Supreme Court has categorically said the dual policy should not continue in India. Right? What is dual policy? By dual policy I mean जहाँ पे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने स्टेट्स के लिए अलग प्रोविजंस रखे हैं, सेंटर के लिए अलग, एंड इवन फॉर द प्राइवेट पीपल दे हैव डिफरेंट रूल एंड प्राइजेस. Now the bench was headed by, I'm naming the bench because you should know which other benches are there in Supreme Court. So I'll name three of them. There were three bench that comprises. So D.Y. Chandrachud, N. Nageshwar Rao and Ravindra Bhatt. So these were the three important judges from the Supreme Court, the topmost judges from the Supreme Court. They called for the uniform pricing policy, right? And they were of the opinion कि जो COVID-19 की जो vaccines के prices है across India same करने की जरूरत है. No, being the democratic setup, being the largest democracy in the country, and talking about cooperative federalism, जहाँ पे हम cooperative federalism की बात करते हैं ना, this is a time where we should be making efforts, that there should be a collaborative efforts. But I personally feel the decision taken by the central government is not under the spirit of cooperative federalism. This can be a very possible question for your mains examination. Make sure you give this angle to a question also. Now, government has recently claimed that it will inculcate almost entire eligible population by 2021. So this is the confirmation coming from the government of India on the behalf of Solicitor Generals, right? Solicitor General की उपस्थिति में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट करते हुए ये बातें कही गई है. And they have said this to the Supreme Court on record, and it said that the efficacy of its policy allows center to procure just 50% of the vaccine, while the rest 50% were left to the state government and the private people. So this is why the Supreme Court has to intervene against this disproportionate allocations of the vaccine, why there cannot be a single policy for the entire procurement. Now questions over different vaccine prices, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इसको भी बहुत ही seriously इस मैटर को अंडरस्टैंड किया है. They have said that why there is difference in the vaccine prices between the center and the state, right? As you know, because the central government is procuring for the price of 150, right? The state has to procure is for 300, and again the private player has to procure for 600 rupees. So why there is a disparity in the price? This is what the Supreme Court wanted to know. And the court has also asked कि क्या rational है इस dual policy की, right? जब central government एक lower price पे procure कर रही है, then why that price the other price has left to the state and other private hospitals, right? So this was the Supreme Court. They have said something very harsh. I'll just quote what they have exactly said in the coming part of the videos. Now, as you know, there are two vaccines which is available in India. First is Covaxin. This is being manufactured by Bharat Biotech, and the other is Covishield, which is being manufactured by Serum Institute of India. We are aligned with Sputnik 5 also, which is from Russia, Galmia Institute of Virology. And the other vaccines which would be very soon coming to India would be Pfizer. But again, the approval of Pfizer has been pending for more than a month. I don't know how serious the government is regarding this, but if many other countries, many other important countries are using the vaccines from the Pfizer, from Johnson and Johnson, and from other companies like Moderna, then why government of India is not giving them permission? We have a population of 135 crore, more than 135 crore. Then we have to ensure that we should get our people vaccinated at the earliest, and to get this earliest we need to have more bidders, more manufacturers, right? So this is a very basic common sense that is understand to each of us. But talking about government and their policy implementator, their policy formulator, I don't know why people are not understanding the basic criteria. Now some harsh comment coming from the Supreme Court Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. He said, please smell the coffee. I have taken this argument because I just wanted to tell you कि जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट किसी चीज पे कमेंट करती है तो बहुत हार्श कमेंट करती है और उसकी इम्पैक्ट बहुत ज्यादा होती है. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा यू प्लीज स्मेल द कॉफी. बाय दिस दे वांटेड टू से कि जो सिचुएशन है उसको आप समझे. इफ वी हैव टू डू, वी कुड हैव डन इट 15 days ago, right? हम उसको पहले कर दिए होते, but this is your duty to understand that what is happening and what are the necessary amendment that has to be done, right? Supreme Court always take very strict action against the government, right? And that is why it has a such gravitational status when it comes to the decision making. So Supreme Court has directed that you take decision. If you'll fail, we'll give you an idea how to implement it. But I personally feel after the statement that Supreme Court has given to the government of India, they will definitely come up with some optimistic results. Now, digital divide is again something which is again an important concern that has to be noted by the government, both from the state government as well as from the central government. So Supreme Court ने यहाँ भी कहा कि you need to understand the digital divide. India is a country where literacy rate is very poor, and the only option which you are providing is like a COVID, right? बहुत जगह पे अभी offline registration भी start कर दी गई है. So they have asked कि because of which it is hampering the vaccine access in the country. Supreme Court ने ये भी कहा, they have highlighted the far-fetchedness of illiterate villages from rural India. We have to understand the digital divide, and to register in COVID-19 portal, basically for the COVID portal, there are slots which is appearing blink of an eye. I mean, definitely you cannot book the slot. If you're under age group, I don't know how many of you have been vaccinated. It's very good if all of you have been vaccinated. If not, try harder to get vaccinated at the earliest. Whichever vaccine you are getting, take it. It has all the efficacy to protect you from this infection. This is not to protect you from the infection, but this is to ensure कि अगर आपको infection होती भी है, you will be not landing to such complexities, right? So वैक्सीन लेने के बाद दोबारा भी आपको infection हो सकती है, but उसकी जो lethality है वो बहुत ही low होगी, right? So do ensure, all of you who are viewers, I request you to take vaccine at the earliest. Now some government stands, what government has said. So the Solicitor General on the behalf of Government of India, they have said that as per our estimates, the domestic market of Sputnik 5, the government expect the eligible population to get vaccinated by end of this year. See, government commitments on Supreme Court has not been on outstanding, right? They do not actually implement at their time bound, but it has to be seen how the government do it and how seriously they take the Supreme Court intervention. And the Solicitor General has also said the government was in talks with the other manufacturer like Pfizer. So this decision is very delayed. Although this could have done in the month of March, we are although lacking behind 2 months, right? So this was the government stand that they have cleared in the Supreme Court. Now, China to allow couples to have a third child. So, after all the news that we have witnessing across the month about the COVID-19, some other news related to Chinese, and they're looking forward to increase their population. So, important for the Gender Studies paper 2, effect of policies and politics of the developed and developing countries. So, what is this all couple policy about? We'll understand everything in detail. So China has announced that it will allow the couple to have 3 children. अब चाइना ने एक वहाँ पे रूल बनाया है. They have allowed the people that they can continue with 3 children, right? And after the census data that saw the steep decline in the birth rate. So they have their own census and survey which portrays that the number of youth population is drastically decreasing in China, right? So the decision come after the two-child policy that failed to boost the birth rate. So इससे पहले चाइना ने टू चाइल्ड पॉलिसी को स्ट्रिक्टली इम्प्लीमेंट किया था, बट उसके वजह से ये देखी गई कि जो बर्थ रेट है वो बहुत हद कम हुई है. And China will for the first time allow the couple to have third child, right? So after, I mean, so many lot more years before they have actually restricted it, now they're coming with a policy where the parents can have 3 children, one parent can have 3 children, right? So China scrapped its one-child policy in 2016. They have gradually moved to two-child policy in 2016. Now they have finally come up with a 3-child policy. Now, what was the rationale behind this decision that come from the Chinese government? So China said that 3-child policy aimed to rejuvenate the aging population, because China में जो youth population है, the youth population compared to the aging population is less, right? And in India we have more youth population, but the strange part is that we do not have the vaccination for our youth, which Prime Minister used to say that we have the power of youth, but at the same time when it comes to vaccination we are lacking drastically, right? So this is the situation of our country. Now, the Chinese authority expanded the 2-child policy to allow each couple and 3 children in the country tries to cope up with the aging population. So they want जो aging population है उनको कम की जाए और जो youth population है उनकी रेशियो कुछ आने वाले टाइम में बढ़ेगी. Now, this decision will be conductive in improving our country's population structure, specifically talking about China, fulfilling the country's strategy, actively coping up with the aging population. तो aging population से उसमें ये करने के लिए मेंटेन करने के लिए एडवांटेज में endowment of the human resources. Once you have young population, the human resources is definitely also going to increase. Now, China की जो census की trend है, just to get you an idea what is the trend that Chinese are following. So the census showed there is a sharp rise in the percentage of Chinese age 60. ऐसे एज ग्रुप के लोग जो 60 और 60 से अबव हैं उनकी पॉपुलेशन बढ़ी है. दैट इज फ्रॉम 18.7% एज ऑफ नाउ. 2010 में ये 13.3% हुआ करती थी, राइट? नाउ इन 2020 इट इज 18.7%. Now the portion of Chinese citizen age between 15 to 59 representing the working population. ये एक ऐसी population जो किसी भी country के working population को represent करती है. So this is 63.35%, which has reduced from 70.1%, right? तो almost 7% के आसपास यहाँ पे भी गिरावट देखी गई है. This is -7 approximately, right? And that the number has down by 894 million in the census. That would drop by 700 million by 2050. This is a projection from the Chinese census trend. Now you can see this infograph about the Chinese birth rate that has fallen in the recent year. So this is for 1978 to 2020. In 1979, China has adopted one-child policy that come into effect, and because of which you can see this graph has drastically reduced. And in 2016, they finally come with a policy called two-child policy into effect. And now in 2020, they are adopting the 3-child policy. NSO data on GDP contraction in quarter 4. Now, after all the pandemic waves, basically after the second COVID wave, the performance of the economy has to be known. And what is the exact performance? We'll see that. Important for your General Studies paper 3 and the GS paper, that is inclusive growth and issues arising from it. NSO or NSO से related जितने भी data हैं, that are again very important for your prelims examination. Now, as per the national income estimate, which was being released by the National Statistical Office, उन्होंने कहा है कि जो GDP है इंडिया की, that has contracted by 7.3% for 2020-21, right? और ये जो latest contraction है, that is marginally better, 8% contraction in the economy projected earlier. पहले 8% की projection थी, now we have 7.3%. Now, GDP growth for 1920 prior to the COVID-19 was 4%, only 4%. We were targeting for the $5 trillion economy, which is not seem possible for the coming 2 to 3 years, but let's see how government would chase this target. Now, GDP contraction की अगर बात करें in the first quarter of, basically in the second quarter, but जो गिरावट देखी गई थी वो 24.4%. This is minus, this is a negative growth, right? Followed by a 7.4 shrinkage in the second quarter. So the entire 2020 was witnessing minus growth rate, right? Negative growth rate. Now the NSO warned that जो data collect की गई है, that has impacted many other activity in the pandemic, and it is estimated that there would be sharp revision in the coming quarters. Now, if you talk about GVA, GVA stand for gross value added. I think most of you must be familiar with the concept. If not, do check your basic textbook of NCERT or any book which you are referring with. So economy shrank by 6.2%, जहाँ पे कंपेयर की गई इसको 4.1 राइज करने की प्रीवियस ईयर से. और कुछ ऐसे सेक्टर्स हैं, they have shown the trend of negative GVA, that is agriculture, forestry and fishing, right? This rose to 3.6%. अगर electricity, gas, water supply and other utility की बात करें, so this is by 1.9%. Now GVA for trade, hotel, transport, communications, broadcasting related services have witnessed the sharpest decline, 18.2%. क्यों decline है? Because India is witnessing a lockdown. Each and every states have their lockdown in pockets, because of which these sectors like hotel, transport, communications have not able to revive, right? Let's see once the waves in normal, if we do not have third wave, possibly we pray that India do not witness third wave. If everything is normal, definitely this sectors will revive. Construction की अगर बात करें minus 8.6, mining 8.5 and manufacturing minus 8.72. So this was the exact performances of the Indian economy. Now, if this is an infographic which will show you the forecast that was being projected for the GDP. So for the March quarters for the financial year 2021, contractions बताई गई थी. This was, we have seen the contraction in the quarters for 2020 was 24 minus 24.4. उसके बाद second quarter में 7.3, quarter 4 में basically 0.4. CSO ने implied किया था 1.1. उसके बाद gradually it has increased. और अब जो क्वार्टर 4 है उसकी जो प्रोजेक्शंस है ICRA के 2% एंड बार्कलेस फाइनेंस की वजह से 3.5 है, राइट? सो दीज आर द प्रोजेक्शंस दैट हैज बीन given by some of the important organization, the research think tank, and RBI has estimated that India quarterly growth जो होगी वो 0.7% के आसपास हो सकती है. Now projection by IMF and RBI, these are the two important organization. इंडिया के जो सेंट्रल बैंक है RBI और वर्ल्ड में IMF की जो predictions होती है जनरली every country used to take of it. So the lower contraction in GDP as well in GVA 2020 the sharp recovery देखी जाएगी. Agencies like IMF they have projected 12.5% और RBI ने अभी भी projection IMF से कम रखा है, that is 10.5%. So the combination of second wave and the revised base effect imply the lower GDP growth, right? And it would be ranging somewhere close to 9 to 9.5. और इंडिया के जो चीफ इकोनॉमिक एडवाइजर है उन्होंने कहा it does not expect the GDP forecast to be significantly affected. Now something more about the economic activity. So as per the chief economic advisor, जो restrictions हैं states में that has impacted in a lot more activity. We know that many states in India is witnessing a strict lockdown, and he said that वी कुड सी द पीक ऑन द मे, जहाँ पे डिक्लाइन हुई थी. एंटिसिपेशन ये है कि बिकॉज ऑफ लॉकडाउन मेनी थिंग्स हैज ड्रास्टिकली improved. Because of the lockdown many factories were not working, laborers has to move to their native town. So इस वजह से बहुत सारी इकोनॉमिक परफॉर्मेंस जो है वो नेगेटिव ग्रोथ में देखी गई, राइट. सो दिस वाज अ ट्रेंड एंड फोरकास्ट कमिंग फ्रॉम द NSO. Now, effect of COVID-19 pandemic on children. This is an editorial reported in Indian Express. This is written by Uma Mahadevan Dasgupta. She is an IAS officer and she talks about how the child can be protected. What are the child rights during this pandemic? So important for your gender studies paper 2, welfare schemes for the vulnerable section of the society, vulnerable section of the population by the center and the states. So we'll understand that mostly it is important for your gender studies paper 2 in the mains paper, and also you can use this in the essay paper for your fodder points. Now what I'm going to discuss under this editorial. So first, the theme is that effect of COVID-19 pandemic on children, and this editorial has been segregated under this subhead. तो मैं आपको इस subheads के अंदर सारी चीज़ों को समझाऊंगा. First is the second wave impact on children. लाइट टच डेली एक्टिविटीज एक इनिशिएटिव है कर्नाटक गवर्नमेंट की. प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द थर्ड वेव, गवर्नमेंट मेजर्स, क्या क्या गवर्नमेंट ने मेजर्स लिए हैं और क्या क्या वे फॉरवर्ड आप लिख सकते हैं. सो लेट्स सी each thing one by one. So as you know that the pandemic 19 has led children being the most vulnerable during this disaster, and the safety, health, holistic development are at risk, right? So many people, many children basically they have lost their both parents, right? And because of which there's a great stress among this age group, and many children are in danger being of trafficked or forced into the child labors. अगर teenager girls की बात करें, they are risk of being put into the child marriages and other activities. So when families slips into poverty, children may suffer into exclusion, marginalization, abuse and even violence. तो जब parents की स्थिति खराब हो जाती है तो उसकी इम्पैक्ट उसके बच्चों पे बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. दिस इज इंडियन सोसाइटी एंड वी कैन नॉट हाइड दिस, राइट. Now, the first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic has saw a large number of children being cut out from the formal education. एक दूसरी सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस है कि जो फॉर्मल एजुकेशन है वहाँ से बच्चों की बहुत हद तक गिरावट हुई है. The presence of children has been very less, and with the school closed, the lack of access to the device, connectivity, and disruption in learning. So basically, there's a gap in the digital divide, right? Digital divide बहुत ज़्यादा है, because of which children are not able to access to the school and other digital content. Now, second wave impact on children. क्या क्या second wave से children के education में impact हुई है और भी कुछ चीज़ों पे impact हुई है. So the second wave have hit the children harder. Children with parents whose both parents have died, and the care for the grandparents is again something which is a concern for that particular child, because the grandparents are retired, they cannot afford such expenses of a grandson, right? So they tried to wage and her back ways from the work side. Daughters lap to rest, mourning child realized her mother had also died. So see, when both parents died and even the grandparents are not earning, the consequences that will lead to a child would be something which is large, right? Which will definitely impact him on a larger. So इस तरह की चीज़ों को देखने गवर्नमेंट ने भी एक नई पॉलिसी भी लाई है जहाँ पे they would be given insurance, and at the age of 21 they would be provided with 10 lakh rupees, right? Now, light touch daily activities. So this is what the Karnataka government has started an initiative जहाँ पे उन्होंने light touch daily activities start की थी on YouTube and in television to keep children engaged and stimulated. बच्चों को जो learning activities में उसमें enroll रखा जाए. तो बहुत सारे वहाँ पे important जो rural libraries थे उनको revitalize किया गया or they were actually being taught via online learning as right. So the learning centers were set up and guided through the physical visit by the school teachers, right? And all rural children has become eligible for the free library card. So default सभी लोगों को free library card दी गई. And Karnataka rural and urban bodies also took up house to house children survey जहाँ पे जो ऐसी age group है that is below 18 to identify that does not enroll in the Anganwadi school or in the junior colleges. So education in southern India is also very high compared to the north India, and they put serious effort to ensure that high number of participation is there for the children. Now, preparation for third wave is something which is very important because the expert are of the opinion that if we lack, the third wave could cramp India. So this is a concern. जो possible third wave है उसमें हमें क्या control करनी है? Government must plan that should have a systematic physical training for children और जो isolation treatment है that should be prepared for the children as well. Children with mild to moderate cases in the COVID-19 infection should be allowed for a home stay or home isolation जहाँ पे उनकी careful monitoring की जा सके. And children who need hospitalizations उनके parents को allow किया जाना चाहिए so that they should be protected because a child needs a parents and they can only be handled by their parents. So this is a critical stage where the parent has to be allowed and we have to make such arrangement for the hospital where parents can be there with their child or with their children. Now government measures, government ने अभी तक में क्या क्या important measures लिए. So the union government, various state government for the child who have lost their parents to the COVID-19, they have allowed free educations like state like Delhi and the central government has come up with that. Healthcare, monthly allowances and even mentorship program is provided by various state government as well as for the central government. A fixed amount can be given to them when they become adult. As I have told you, central government has allowed for 10 lakh rupees when they will become the age of 21. So this will help them to start their life. And there are important measures that will protect children who have lost their parents due to COVID-19. Now, way forward, something which is very important. There are short-term measures, there are long-term measures, there are medium-term measures. We have to work accordingly. Short, medium, and long-term measures are needed along with empathy and kindness, right? So this is on a part of your general studies paper 4. If you've been asked in the case studies, you have to accordingly handle that questions. राइट तो अभी ये ज़रूरी है कि जो चाइल्ड की इफेक्टनेस है जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा कोविड-19 से इम्पैक्ट हुए हैं वी शुड प्रोटेक्ट देम वी शुड हैव सम साइकोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट टू दैट चाइल्ड सो दैट दे डू नॉट डिमोटिवेट राइट सेपरेट कोविड आइसोलेशन सेंटर्स बनाने की ज़रूरत है विद देयर पेरेंट्स फॉर द यंग चाइल्ड और जो फेक मैसेजेस है कोविड ऑर्फन्स को अडॉप्ट करने की उस तरह के मैसेजेस को हमें बहुत स्ट्रांगली डील करना होगा सो दैट देयर इज नो चाइल्ड ट्रैफिकिंग इन दिस कंट्री राइट. So this is a way forward which you can continue. Now meal supplementation की अगर बात करें तो आंगनवाड़ी जो सेंटर्स हैं वहाँ पे चाइल्ड की काउंसलिंग की ज़रूरत है. Even the pregnant women, the breastfeeding mothers should also continue to get the supplements that they were provided earlier. And child should also be encouraged to reflect their learning जहाँ पे ये एक real pandemic curriculum होगी जहाँ पे बच्चों को they should be aligned to work and aligned to learn in the longer run. And this is also the time to invest in infrastructures, चाहे वो बात की जाए कंस्ट्रक्शन की, renovation of आंगनवाड़ीज, and in fact school, rural libraries, primary healthcare centers. This has to be built. This has to build so holistically. अगर बाद में, even not in the COVID-19, if any problem come to India, then we could have at least sustainable structures to contain any future pandemics. Now, power play to bring the digital ecosystem to heal. This is important for your general studies paper 2, government policies and intervention in various sectors. We'll discuss the importance of IT rules, the new IT rules and concern. So just to help you understand कि क्या क्या इसमें मैं discuss करूँगा आपके साथ. So I'll be discussing about the theme, talking about theme, information technology, intermediary guidelines and digital media code 2021. This is the new rule which has come up. The subheads upon which I'll be discussing this entire editorial include government rules and law, issues of privacy जिसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने काफ़ी ज़्यादा फोकस किया है, क्या क्या कंसर्न्स हैं, व्हाट्सएप ने क्या कंसर्न रेज किए हैं, पॉजिटिव्स ऑफ द न्यू IT रूल्स, इश्यूज लिंक्ड विद द रूल्स और क्या बॉटम लाइन है जो कि आप मेंस पेपर में लिख सकते हैं. सो इन डिजिटल एरा जो पब्लिक है, जो लार्ज पब्लिक है, द एक्सेस टू सोशल मीडिया, न्यूज़, एंटरटेनमेंट एंड पीपल आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन सोशल मीडिया and this dependence has led to a very dangerous risk to the people being abused, right? For this reason, there was a need that was felt by the government of India to form a communications information via intermediaries. We'll understand the details about this. So government ने क्या rules बनाई नो टू कंटेन दिस। जो प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही थी डिजिटल मीडिया में, जहाँ पे कम्युनिकेशन फेल्योर थी या फिर कुछ मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन दिखाई जा रही थी, उन चीज़ों को कंटेन करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट हैज़ कम अप विद द रूल्स। सो दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी हैव रिलीज्ड अ ड्राफ्ट जिसका नाम रखा गया था इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी intermediary guideline rules 2018. Why I'm telling you, because if you will understand this, then you will know why the government has come up with this particular code. So public consultation में इसको रखा गया उस टाइम पे 2018 में। Consequently 25th of February this year by I mean 2021, the government has used the information technology intermediary guideline digital media code rule 2021, and this rule has replaced द इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी इंटरमीडिएट रूल्स 2011, जो 2011 में जो रूल्स लाई गई थी उसको यहाँ पे खत्म करके रिप्लेस कर दिया गया। नाउ द अर्लियर रूल सेट दैट ओनली एप्लीकेबल टू इंटरमीडिएट्स, जो पहली वाली रूल्स थी जो कि पहले बनाई गई थी 2011 में, दैट वाज ओनली एप्लीकेबल टू द इंटरमीडिएट्स। और जो नई रूल्स है दैट इज ओवरसाइट ऑन द ऑनलाइन कंटेंट over the top platform and other under its purviews. So we have discussed the 3 tiers. If you haven't watched my videos, do check it out. You will understand what is the basic concepts behind this IT rules. Now, issue of privacy. This is again very pivotal. Many expert and many stakeholder are of the opinion कि जो privacy की issue है उसमें privacy को government of India ने कहा it's not an absolute right? तो उसकी जो ट्रैकेबिलिटी है, जो ऑब्लिगेशंस है प्रोपोर्शनेटली, उसमें सफिशिएंटली रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगाई जा सकती है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के थ्रू। सो जो नई रूल्स लेकर के आई है गवर्नमेंट, द न्यू रूल 2021 मेंटेन द ट्रैकेबिलिटी ओनली इन द केस ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंट सोशल मीडिया इंटरमीडियरीज, राइट, जहाँ पे अगर गवर्नमेंट को जरूरत पड़े कुछ ऐसे अल्टरनेटिव्स पे तो वो इस तरह के इंफॉर्मेशंस ले सकते हैं। और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के एक जजमेंट में जहाँ पे के.एस. पुट्टास्वामी ने 2017 और 18 के जजमेंट में ये क्लैरिफाई किया था दैट एनी रेस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन द राइट मे बी नेसेसरी, प्रपोर्शनेट एंड इंक्लूड सेफगार्ड अगेंस्ट द अब्यूज। सो दिस इज व्हाट द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज आल्सो सेड इन के.एस. पुट्टास्वामी जजमेंट। नाउ सम कंसर्न, व्हाट्सएप हैज फाइल्ड अ पिटिशन, उन्होंने दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में एक पिटिशन फाइल किया है एंड दे सेड कि जो ट्रैकेबिलिटी है वो वायलेट्स करती है प्राइवेसी राइट्स को ऑफ एन Indian citizen, क्योंकि WhatsApp provide end-to-end encrypted services. Then if these things happen, then their encryption policy, जो encrypted services है, उसका violation होगा, and this is again violation of privacy. This is what the concern were raised by the WhatsApp. Now positives of a new IT Act, अगर कुछ positive की बात करें, so the first and foremost is removal of non-consensual intimate pictures within 24 hours. अगर ऐसी कोई कंटेंट है, adultery content has to be removed within 24 hours. Publication of compliance report to increase the transparency. This is the second good aspects of, these are some of the positive aspects of the new IT rules. Setting up of a dispute resolution mechanism for the content removal. For every entity there would be a grievances level officers would be there. Adding a level of information for the users to know whether the content is advertised, owned, sponsored or exclusively controlled. So this would be there in the public domain and they have to work accordingly. Now some issues linked with the rule, कुछ अगर important issues की बात करें, so intermediary is now supposed to take down the content within 36 hours within receiving the government orders. जो भी intermediaries ने post किया उनको 36 hours के अंदर तक ऐसी content जो कि obligation जो कि संदेह के घेरे में आएगी, something which is dubious in nature would be removed within 36 hours. And the rules fetters upon the speech of the government of India, ultimately adjudicator, objectionable जो content होंगे, online speeches होंगे, that has to be discontinued, right? Now talking about the trackability issues, till now जितने भी media platforms थे उनको immunity थी end-to-end inscriptions की, but if government require they have to disclose the informations. Compliance burden की अगर बात की जाए, so the rules create futile addition operation of intermediaries where they have the Indian resident nodal officers, compliance officer and grievances officer to be appointed, so that the problem of the people of the government, for the people that is a citizen of India, their problem has to be addressed by all these 3 officers that include nodal officer, compliance officer and grievances officer. तो गवर्नमेंट ने ये कहा है जो भी इस तरह के एंटिटी सोशल मीडिया के हैं, वेदर दे आर फ्रॉम इंडिया और अब्रॉड, दे हैव टू हैव अ कंप्लायंसेस फॉर द सिटीजन ऑफ दिस कंट्री, राइट? थैंक्स, होप ये सारी चीज़ें आपको क्लियर होगी। नाउ बॉटम लाइन, हाउ यू कैन कंक्लूड, देखो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बातें जो आपको समझने की है, गवर्नमेंट ने ये जो रूल्स लेकर के आई है, जो न्यू रूल्स है, उससे पहले इस तरह के रूल्स के पावर ऑलरेडी गवर्नमेंट के पास थे, बट दिस प्रोवाइड मोर एब्सोल्यूट पावर टू द गवर्नमेंट, राइट. सो इंपॉर्टेंट यहाँ पे ये है कि गवर्नमेंट ऑलरेडी हैज दिस एबिलिटी टू एक्सेस द इनक्रिप्टेड डेटा, राइट. आईटी एक्ट के थ्रू गवर्नमेंट अपने सेक्शन 69 ब्रैकेट 3 के अंदर उनके पास ऐसा रूल है, रूल 17 एंड रूल 13, जहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट इस तरह के जो इनक्रिप्टेड है ये सारे प्रोसेस इंफॉर्मेशन रूल 2009 के अंदर ये चीज़ों को डिक्रिप्ट कर सकती है. दे हैव द एबिलिटी, दे हैव द टेक्निकल एबिलिटीज, सो दे कैन गो विद दैट. बट अगेन द क्वेश्चन इज द न्यूली नोटिफाइड रूल्स गो बियॉन्ड द करेंट प्रोविजंस, उससे भी ऊपर है. एंड बाय सेइंग दिस they will punish the relevant intermediaries and failing adequacy of the weakened encrypted system. तो यहाँ पे जो पनिशमेंट का जो प्रोविजंस है उसको बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट किया गया है, दैट इज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच the social media platform are of the opinion that government can again misuse it, right, for their betterment, for their level of interest. There can be a conflict of interest in same content, right. So this is the main bottom line that you have to understand, despite the fact when government already have the encryption and monitoring decrypting information policy rule 2009, then why such strict action was required, right. So if you're writing your answers, you have to balance your answer so that you can give a neutral approach. Now coming to the MCQs question, and before I proceed with the question, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. So for the first question, the answer is B, the correct option is B, and for question 2, the correct option is C. Now today's MCQs, consider the following statement about National Science Day. The National Science Day is celebrated each year to commemorate the discovery of Newton's law. And theme for 2021 NSD is Future for STI, that is Science, Technology and Innovation, Impact on Skill, Education and Works. So what you have to do, you have to choose the correct option, and if you know, do mark your answer at the earliest in the comment section down below. Be the first to answer the questions. Second, consider the following statement with regards to National Institution Ranking Framework. NITI Aayog has established NIRF in September 2015, and the framework outlined the methodology to rank the institution across the country. So what you have to do, you have to just choose the correct option, write that in the comment section. If you know, do write it. If you want to make an intelligence guessing, you can try that, but I'll just suggest, if you don't know, you can read it out from the sources and just answer the correct option which you know, right. So do check it out, write the answer in the comment section, participate in the question answer series. So this was all about the daily news analysis and editorial followed by the MCQs question. If you have any other concern, you can let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.